Morning.
First of all, I'd like to ask why the focus on youth this time around in this particular squad?
Well, I think we've had a focus on youth ever since I came in. I think that's part of what I believe in, and I think what we've had over the last 12 months, we've introduced a lot of these young players as training players, but now they've got to the point where they're playing regularly, they're playing to a level that I think is international level. And ultimately, they deserve to be in the squad. And I don't look at age, whether you're over 30 or whether you're under 20. I look at the quality and what you can bring to the team. And I think we've got the nucleus of an exciting bunch of players to come through. And I think when I saw these young players play in France a few years ago in the under-20 World Cup, I realised then I think we've got a special bunch of players, and I think being experienced myself, it's always good when you're coming together. You know, the nucleus of that team are going to break into the squad together. They're going to hunt in packs together. They're going to protect each other. They're going to support each other. And I think now's the right time, having planned it for the last 12 months, to bring them into a squad and expose them to what is probably the best tournament outside of the major tournaments.
And how far do you think these young players are from being ready to step up to international level, both mentally and physically?
Well, we've been working with them for the last 12 months and the clubs. Until you give young people an opportunity, you never know if they can step up, and that's what we're going to do in She Believes. We're going to give these young players an opportunity. They've trained with us a lot. We've tested them both physically, mentally, and technically. They've been put through every kind of test possible, and we've watched them a lot of times. And you know, I'm a big believer that sometimes young people can surprise you. They can give you that extra bit of boost and energy and quality that you need. And with no international fixtures, probably from a competitive point of view, I see it as vital exposure for them in terms of Euro 2021 in just over 12 months' time.
Beth England makes the squad, her first She Believes
Yeah.
Cup. What have you seen in her in the last few matches since the World Cup that's made you think she's the player that we need right now?
Well, I think what you see in Beth England, she was really unlucky probably before the World Cup. She probably just started to hit a form probably too late. We said to her before the World Cup, when she came into the camps before the World Cup, that she will be getting opportunities after Christmas. And what we've seen a girl that's just rapidly improved every single time that I've seen her. And she's playing in a team full of confidence, but she in a team full of probably experienced international footballers looks to me the standout one, and every time I see her play, she's added a little bit of quality to her game, and now she's without doubt her and Ellen White are the best two centre forwards in England on form, and rightly so, deserves her place in the squad, and you know what, she will be getting an opportunity, and She Believes to play.
How important is this tournament in the run-up to the Olympics, thinking about the Euros next year? Is it seen as a friendly competition, or will you be taking it seriously as a major competition?
Well, I think I want us to approach it the same way as we did last season when we won the competition. I want to see the togetherness, the spirit, the determination to win. I think when you stand on the platform with a trophy and a medal around your neck, I think that breeds confidence, gives the team that belief that they can beat the best teams in the world. This is the best competition outside of the major tournaments. I still believe that. You're playing against the best team in the world, and you're playing against two really good teams as well. In circumstances, in terms of the 2-day turnarounds in between games, the travel, the crowds, I think this is vital in our programme, and we want to win the competition, and that's something that I will be telling the team when we meet up in a couple of weeks' time, that regardless of the fresh young players that we've got in the team, the fantastic older players that we've got in the team, and the experience we've got amongst the whole party, football is about winning. It's about going out there and winning the game, about beating the best team in the world, beating Japan, beating Spain. And I don't care what sport you play, is that when you are playing in a competition, you're playing in a tournament, that actually finishing first matters, because that gives you the drive, the determination, and the confidence to then go to an Olympic Games, the Euros, with the fact that you have competed against the best.
First match against your old friends, the USA.
Friends. No, look, I think I've played against them 3 times now, and they've been fantastic football games to managing, to coaching, to watch. The first one probably in Orlando, I thought we got beat quite convincingly. The second game, I think it was in Nashville. I thought in terms of games and quality, the two games, one in Nashville and obviously the one in Lyon, was probably the best standard of football I've seen from any women's football match that I've seen over the last 2 years, in terms of both teams wanting to win, both teams going toe to toe. There's not much to choose between them within those two games. We drew one and we narrowly got beat in the other. Yes, we still felt that there was still a little bit of a gap there, but we want to pit ourselves against the best. That's the challenge in front of us. That's the reason why we love going to She Believes, because we know that we're going to be playing against the USA. They are the best and they're there to be shot at, and we want to get to their level.
We're still hearing this kind of message about wanting to be the best.
Mm.
You admitted at the end of last year that results after the World Cup just weren't good enough. So could this be a statement of intent this tournament?
Well, if we've got to start beating the USA, we've got to start beating the top teams in the world consistently. I think in terms of judging, I think you can probably only judge when you come to a major tournament and you start winning major tournaments like the US have. You know, we've just employed Dawn Scott, a fitness coach who's been to World Cups and won, been to Olympic Games and been successful. That's where you judge yourself against the best in the best moments, in the best competitions. But along the way, you've got to experience what it takes to win. And I think She Believes and the games that we've got probably in the next 12 months is part of a programme that hopefully will give us the experience of how to win games of football against the best opposition. And the more you play the best opposition, the more that you play and pit yourself against the best teams in the world and the best players, it'll give you the confidence to go to major tournaments like we have in over 12 months' time and compete and to challenge to win.
Katie?
Thank you.
Phil, no Mary Earps, no Jodie Taylor next week. Can you just explain the reasons for leaving them out? So will we see Jodie Taylor in England's shirt again?
Absolutely. The door is always open. To any player that is still available for England, I always say, if you're performing at the top level, and you'll get in my squad. And ultimately, Beth England and Ellen White have been playing fantastically well, and we should probably focus on the ones that are probably in the squad that are performing to an absolute unbelievable level. Jodie Taylor, we've had good conversations with her. She knows what she's got to do. She's not played for a while because the season in America is not up and running. She knows the levels that she needs to get to. She knows the competition in front of her. She knows how much I believe in her. In terms of the goalkeeping situation, I go back to what I said at the start, that this is a vital time to expose Sandy and Ellie to the exposure of playing in one of the best tournaments outside of the major tournaments. And I think if we get to Euro 2021 and people like Sandy and Ellie haven't had that kind of experience, then we would have failed as coaches in terms of our planning of their development. So ultimately, it was a choice between probably Carly and Mary, because I was never going to take a keeper of that experience and just play them third and not get them on the pitch. So I've explained to Mary that this was a one-off decision, that it was a choice between which experienced keeper I would take to support the two young ones, plus Hannah Hampton, who's come in as a training keeper. So I've got 3 of the best young keepers in our country coming for the next 10 to 12 days under our watch. And ultimately I went with the profile of Carly, her experience and her form at this moment in time. And yes, Mary was disappointed, but I'm a massive fan of Mary Earps. I think the work that she's put in since probably coming back from Germany has been phenomenal. And you know what? 3-4 months ago, I selected her in a game at this stadium, showed the belief that have in her. But ultimately now, I in this particular tournament, I need to see the young goalkeepers exposed against the best. And I think the arena, the training that we do in the US, and the fact that it's a tournament experience will give these young keepers vital experience. Yeah. Two things really. She's probably the only one, because of her college situation, that's not over the last 12 months been with us. She came for 3 days prior to the World Cup, was impressed then, watched her a lot play for her college team, and then since coming back from the US obviously signed for West Ham. I've got to say West Ham's results haven't been great, but what I loved about her is that you see one or two things in a player: composure, the confidence, the courage, especially when your team's doing bad, you see the true character. And probably her biggest strength is the fact that she takes unbelievable accountability for her performances. When we speak to her after her games, we don't have to tell her anything. She tells me how she's played, how she's felt, what she needs to do to get better. And I think this tournament will be one where we want to see her again in the environment. And I've got 100% faith. It's similar to the situation when I saw Abby McManus play for the first time 18 months ago. You see something in that player that you think, yeah, I quite like that. And with Grace, because of her age, because of her, the fact that she's got great potential, I think it's a vital time that we get her involved now and give her some kind of programme to make sure that she becomes one of our best centre-backs.
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
Yeah, so another player who's been in good form is obviously Chloe Kelly.
Yeah.
She's brilliant again last night, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Will she get a lot of game time out of America?
That's the plan. I think you're talking about we keep talking about young players. I don't like the word development because we're going to a tournament where we want to win, and the biggest way to develop is by going out there playing against the best. And I think with Chloe, we've seen a rapid rise in her development and the goals that she scored, the positions that she plays in. She's a multifunctional player, left, right. She played centre forward last night. I love everything about the kid because she's come on to camps. We played a left back in a training game on a camp when she was just prior to the Sweden Austria games a while ago, and she was unbelievable at left back. I've played her in centre midfield, right wing, left wing in training. She's just that type of player that looks like she's got that determination to succeed at the top, and I'm excited by what she can bring to this team.
And just a word on Beth Mead. How big a blow is it to not have her?
Oh, it's a blow. It's a blow with Beth, with Fran, with Karen Bardsley, obviously, are all out with injury or whatever at the moment. Beth, I think, has probably been in the best form of her career so far this season. She's gone to another level in terms of her attitude and performance levels. And I was at the game at Chester the other night, and you knew as soon as she went down with the clash in her, you knew that something wasn't right. Went down to see her towards the end of the game because obviously concerned about her. Hopefully she'll be back for April camp and it's not too serious.
Yeah, and just on Jordan Nobbs as well. Obviously she was quite a big miss at the World Cup. How nice is it to have her in the squad?
Yeah, it's been nice. We've obviously, before the three camps from the start of the season, we took the gentle approach with Jordan in terms of nursing her back from a real serious injury. I think when you come back from an ACL injury, that it's not just the physical toll it takes on you; it's the mental and psychological one. And I think before Christmas, ourselves and Arsenal, I think we did allow that time to come back to find a confidence and a belief again. I think what we've seen since Christmas is we're now beginning to see the Jordan Nobbs pre-injury, the confidence, the spark, the energy, that ability to receive under pressure. Without worrying too much about the tackles coming in, and I've got every confidence that Jordan and she believes will perform. I think we saw little glimpses in probably the two camps that she was involved in us. Now what we want to see from Jordan is that quality that we know she's got.
Thank you. Is that all from TV? Super. We'll do